9 Diabetes Diet Myths Answered, truweights Senior Nutrition Coach Sushmita Mukherjee. Half knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. Thomas B. Macaulay. Yes, it is true that half knowledge is worse than ignorance, and especially when it is regarding any disease, that too like diabetes. Many times we rely on articles we get on the internet without even realizing that we need to be cautious enough before believing anything we see online. So, in order to break the bubbles of certain myths associated with diabetes, one of truweights nutrition coaches, Ms. Sushmita Mukherjee, came up with this article to shed light on the statements we usually make when we talk about diabetes and diabetes diet. 1. Myth: eating sugar causes diabetes. Fact: according to the American Diabetes Association, only eating too much sugar alone doesn't always lead to diabetes, it also depends on many other factors. Type 1 diabetes is caused by genetics and possibly an autoimmune response to a trigger. Whereas, type 2 diabetes is caused by heredity and various factors such as being overweight or being obese, being sedentary, too much stress, having high blood pressure. So in simple terms, it's not compulsory to say since somebody is diabetic because he had sweet tooth and vice versa. 2. Myth: no to carbohydrates. Fact: zero or low-carb diet are becoming quite popular. However, carbohydrates can never be anyone's enemy. They give us the energy to perform voluntary functions like walking, driving, talking, as well as involuntary functions like respiration, blood circulation, digestion, etc. It is never the carb alone, rather the type of carb, quality and quantity of carb are what is very much important for those with diabetes. We need to pick more of fiber-rich foods like whole grains such as jowar, bajra, ragi, brown or red rice, vegetables and fruits, legumes, beans, and limit on refined carbohydrates like refined flour, maida, white rice carbs, semolina, and avoid foods like cakes, chips, processed food, aerated beverages, packaged juice, etc. It is best to consume carbs with some protein as it slows down the release of sugar in the body, hence controlled insulin secretion. 3. Myth: diabetic people can never have rice. Fact: rice is one of the staple foods in India. So instead of saying no to rice carbs, thinking it to be one of the main causes of diabetes, choose the right type of rice that gives right carbs. Diabetic people should always choose unpolished or semi-polished rice and avoid white rice. For e.g., brown rice or red rice can be good options for diabetics. Brown rice is better than white rice not only as it has more fiber but also nutritionally more rich in B vitamins, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, and selenium. Also, the GI is low in brown rice. Eat the skin, which is a great source of fiber. When it comes to grains, choose whole ones, such as brown rice or whole wheat pasta, and remember that they shouldn't take up more than 1/4 of your plate. 4. Myth: potatoes cannot be consumed if diabetic. Fact: potatoes are high in carbs, but one can still enjoy them in moderation. Instead of having potato alone, make healthy combinations by preparing potato with protein sources such as green peas, or potato in a salad with veggies such as broccoli can be consumed. One can have a cheat meal once a week. The recommended quantity will be 50 grams, which is a small-sized potato, or if medium-sized, take a 1/2 portion. Another healthy alternative for potato is the sweet potato. They have more nutrients, including beta-carotene, which gives them their color, and definitely as the name, it is not true that sweet potato has more soluble sugars than potato. Surely control the portion size to 1 medium sweet potato, 50 to 60 grams raw sweet potato. You can have baked sweet potato as one of the options for dinner. 5. Myth: say goodbye to sweets and desserts forever. Fact: no need to restrict sweets completely. We believe sweets and desserts are the causes of diabetes. Yes, they do contribute, but according to the National Institutes of Health, restricting yourself too much may eventually lead to binge eating or overeating. So the most important part is not to restrict, rather control the portion size. Get over with the mentality of all or nothing. Take a small portion, for example, in case of ice cream, can have 1 or 2 tablespoons once in 15 days, or choose a healthier option such as blend thick curd with fresh fruit and have once a week. 6. Myth: for diabetes, fruits should be restricted. Fact: according to the American Diabetes Association, all fruits are allowed, but you will need to keep in mind that fruits with high glycemic index need to be taken in a smaller portion. For example, fruits high in glycemic index such as banana, mango, jackfruit, custard apple, etc. can be taken in 50 grams only, while fruits with a low glycemic index like apple, orange, musambi, papaya, pineapple, pomegranate can be 100 grams. Daily one fruit should be consumed either as mid-morning snacks or as a pre-workout meal can be consumed. Another option for including high glycemic index fruit is having in combination with a protein source like nuts or cheese to lower the glycemic index. 7. Myth: sugar-free products are healthy. Fact: if you think sugar-free products are great ways for prevention of diabetes, you are wrong. Sugar-free products often contain artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are the chemical or natural compounds that can replace the sweet taste of sugar without adding any calories. Wow! Isn't that great? The benefit of sugar without its side effect. Ideally no. Yes, it is true that it doesn't add on to calories, but you tend to eat more high-calories food otherwise, as it increases the appetite. Also, the artificial sweeteners are 100 to 1,000 times sweeter than sugar without calories, so our body craves for the calories. This makes us end up eating more calories, as a result of which we put on more weight. On the other hand, although excessive sugar is bad for weight loss, still it is natural, but the same can't be said of artificial sweeteners. The body sees the artificial sugars as alien objects and fights. 8. Myth: diabetic people should not exercise much. Fact: doctors always advise routine physical exercises for diabetes. Exercise helps burn the extra fat, reduces stress levels and helps control cholesterol and diabetes sugar levels. It also increases insulin sensitivity. 30 to 40 minutes of exercise, e.g. walking, yoga, is very much recommended for diabetic people. It is desirable to have 10 minutes walking session, keeping a gap of 45 minutes after dinner. 9. Myth: diabetes diet is all about reducing sugar and simple carbs. Fact: it's not only about simple sugar, table sugar, and simple carbs to be avoided for the prevention of diabetes. Yes, simple sugars need to be avoided or controlled. For example, stop taking table sugar in food and beverages. And avoid starchy products like potato, white rice, but along with that, we also need to keep a check on our consumption of refined food, processed foods like ketchup, sauces, jams and jellies, packaged fruit juices that have a lot of sugar. Also in fruits, there is simple sugar, so it is better to have one fruit, 100 grams, and have it before sunset. In short, for managing diabetes, there are no shortcuts. You need to improve your overall lifestyle. Reduce stress, improve sleep, be physically active, monitor sugar levels frequently and check with a physician regarding dosages, and eat healthy to manage diabetes. We hope with this article at least some of your diabetes myths have been cleared.